How's everybody doing tonight? I hope you're ready for day 24 of the ROKR 3D Pinball because that's what we've got for you. There's a lot going on here. There's tons of like pieces with cables sticking out of them and power, and there's all these circuit boards underneath here. And it's going to be, I think, quite a puzzle. It's the instructions say that we're, like we still have, I guess maybe 2/3. According to the instructions, we're 2/3 of the way in, but I feel like we're much further than that. Well, maybe not much further than that. I feel like we're further than that. When I look at what we've got here, it looks like we've got a lot. I've got the side walls here. We've got the front. We've got the back. We've got the table. I mean, what don't we have? We're building all these like ramps on the table. This is the first thing we're going to do today is connect this one. Like, we've got the flippers here that flip when you push them in. You push them in and they flip. I mean, this is a pinball machine. So I think we're making pretty good progress with it. Let's see where we go. I'll also let me look at the instructions, and then I want to mention one other thing. So 40, yeah, okay, so 40, we're going to start with this piece that we built yesterday. The first thing we're going to do today is install this. But the very first thing we're going to do is just collect the pieces that we need for this page, which is a bunch of F pieces. 37, 54, 55, 56, 54 is times 2, and then M6. I believe there's an M board. I don't know if we've taken any pieces from the M board yet. Well, we're about to. There's obviously some wiring there. You see the instructions. Pass the wire through this hole, then straighten the wire downwards. Do not apply too much force. So 1, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 pieces. All right, and I'll tell you the other thing while I start collecting those 6 pieces. By the way, that puts us over 700 pieces. We were sitting at 697 with these 6 pieces. We're now at 703. All right, so the other thing I was going to mention is this is episode 364. Which means that tomorrow is episode 365. And I've been doing them daily, including Saturdays and Sundays. So that means it's basically 1 year. Like tomorrow's episode will be the 1 year mark. We basically went through a year doing an episode a day. So I think that's pretty cool. I don't know how to expand because I'm still 9 years from retirement. I know there's some people who look at YouTube as a job, but I don't think my content is the type of content that ever could be, that like valuable. I think it's more like, it is what it is. It's, like I understand like PewDiePie and Mr. Beast and Alex Jones. I understand why they make big money. They host, like Alex Jones hosts like a 4-hour-a-day show, 4-hour-a-day news show. Yeah, I guess that's, worth some money. I'm not really unclear. I'm kind of unclear on what Mr. Beast does, but, 150 million subscribers, I guess it's worth some money. So this show, it's not really... let's see. I don't want to talk it down, but I don't think it's the type of thing that you could quit your job over. I think you got to keep working your job while doing this. But I would like to do more. I've sort of proven that I can do a daily show. Maybe I'll just do more by trying to prep for this show a little better, like have some notes prepared, have some ideas of where I'm going to go, rather than just putting a thing together. I don't know. Let's see. Let's find out together. So since I didn't prep today, I just tell you the last thing I was doing, which was watching Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. So they're up to Volume 3 in Guardians of the Galaxy. And I watched it. I had watched the first like 30 minutes another day, but I just rewatched the first 30 minutes today while prepping dinner. And then I watched the rest of it, which pretty much took me until, I don't know, maybe like 30 minutes ago. And it was pretty good. Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. I'll recommend that movie. It's all of the characters in Guardians of the Galaxy do comedy. I don't know if they do comedy outside of the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I think they do, but they're definitely funny in Guardians of the Galaxy. And then there were some other actors. I mean, I'll probably, if I start naming them, I won't name them all, but like just two off the top of my head were Sylvester Stallone and Nathan Fillion. Nathan Fillion he does a lot of sci-fi stuff, including Halo. If you're into the video game, he was in Halo. He plays Buck in Halo. So like they were funny. Like everybody in this movie was funny. By the way, which of these pieces is F56? F55 was this little like U piece, and then F56 it says here. But look, it's like F50, F64, F60, F61, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 67. So then what are these two ramps? What's the number for those? All right, let's take a look on the instructions to see what F56 looks like. I don't know why I'm even pointing to those pieces. I'm looking for F56, and those are 60s. All right, so it's definitely not those. All right, here's 57. Did I see it at one point and lose track of it? All right, here's 55. Here's 57. I wonder if 56 is this piece that fell out. It could be. I have some pieces that fell out. Maybe one of them is F56? It is. This piece that fell out on day one and I've been saving ever since is F56. So there's F56. So we have all of our pieces now. Oh no, we don't. We still need M6. So we need the M board. I don't know if we even know, is this the M board? Is M even a board? Maybe M is plastic. I know some of the boards are actually sheets of plastic. This is L, K. Yeah, I think we're looking for a plastic sheet. So right underneath the boards, that's where the plastic is. It's all gone. So one of these boards that we already have out is probably M. That's Q. That's N. So this has got to be M, right? This is M. All right, so we need M6. So which one of these is M6? All right. So who remembers what we need to do with these sheets? How do we get these out? We use the nippers. They're the nippers. So we will once again use the nippers. But first we have to figure out which piece is 6. Hard to see, right? 3. I think, is it that arrows there? Yeah, that's it. I think it's these arrows right here. So that's 6. So we just nip them real close. By the way, this nippers cut one of my fingers. It didn't cut it to the point that it bleeds, but it like, I don't know, like separated the skin at some point. All right, there's the piece. So we got this piece from yesterday, but we got tons of other pieces as well. And then we've got 37, 254s, 55, 56, and M6. I bet you the first thing we do is work with this. But anyway. Yeah. Pass wire through this hole, then straighten the wire downwards. Do not apply much force. The real question is, where does it connect? So it looks like it connects to here. And then through here, through this hole, up here is where the wire goes. And then there's a piece on the bottom that's going to hook in there as well. And then it's going to hook to the front. I think, is it this R? Yeah, this R. That's a rather complex piece. So while I'm fiddling with that, let's find something else to chat about. One of these questions from the word teasers first. You better not tell nobody but God is the first line of a novel written by Toni Morrison, Maya Angelou, Alice Walker. Well, I never heard that line before, but all three names sounded female, and Maya Angelou is the most famous, so that's probably the answer. Toni Morrison and Alice Walker. I couldn't even tell you if those are writers or not. And Maya Angelou, I think, is known for a lot for poetry, but I'm sure she's done novels too. If they put her on the question, oh my goodness, this thing is falling apart while I'm trying to attach it. It's like falling apart. All right. Try again to attach it. I didn't even get this wire in yet. Let me just focus on the wire. Just get it to the bottom. Now, as I recall before, you get the wire to the back. The way this thing is set up, it's like there's a space for the wood and a space for the wire. Screwdriver fell off the table. Just grab that. All right. So the wire to the back and the wood in front. You also can post in chat. If you post in chat, I'm happy to talk about whatever you post. Then I don't need a card deck to come up with topics. All right, that's a little bit off. Did I do this like backwards or something? Why does it look wrong? No, it's right. I just need to like twist it or something. I don't know what's going on here. All right, when I line this end up, then the end with the wire comes out. So I again ask, do I have this lined up correctly? And I don't see any other way to line it up. So I'm going to say that this is correct. All right. I'm going to get the two ends, and then I'm going to get the wire. Feel like that's going to work better. All right. Well, I guess I kind of have to do it at the same time. Otherwise, they like block each other out. These are very fragile pieces. it's tough to like make these connections with pieces that are so fragile. You see that rail just fell off. And I might knock more pieces off. You know? Yeah, this marble, when the marble is flying around here at full speed, it's like gonna knock this piece off. Like I just knocked this piece off right now. When the marble's flying through at full speed, it's also gonna knock this piece off. So this piece is an issue. My goodness. Everything has come undone. If it ever was done in the first place, I'm not really sure. All right, that sounded like it went in. Can we get that sound at each connection? It's like they want you to be gentle, but it also needs to click in. You know? Oh my goodness, now this thing come undone. I mean, we had this, it was like sitting overnight complete. Now it's undone. All right, I think we got it. That was a bit of a nightmare, but we got it. It's in. What's next? Oh, let's look at the answer to that question and maybe take the next question. C. Alice Walker. This is the first line of Alice Walker's The Color Purple. The novel won Pulitzer Prize for Fiction and National Book Award for Fiction and has sold over 5 million copies. 5 million copies. Wasn't The Color Purple like the movie that Oprah was in before she had the Oprah TV show? I think she was in that Color Purple. Yeah, I don't know what it's about. I should look into it. All right, the next question. In 1992, British engineer Neil Papworth sent the first text message. What was it? See you tomorrow. Merry Christmas. Are you busy Friday night? All right, these are good ones. Merry Christmas is if he did it on Christmas. Are you busy Friday night is if, I don't know, he was dating his coworker. And see you tomorrow. That seems like a good one, except that would they really end the day with a text, with sending the text message? I feel like they would do that on the first day. All right, let's continue with the instructions while we think about that. So Merry Christmas, see you tomorrow, and Merry Christmas, see you tomorrow. And are you busy Friday night? I think I'm leaning towards that one. Because Merry Christmas means they're working on Christmas. Oh, by the way, we have to put this plastic piece, M6, into this wood piece, F37. And we have to be careful about how we do it. So if we take this wood piece with this orientation, so the bendable side on the left, the tabs away, the arrows pointing to the right. So that's just all the orientation. Then you just stick the plastic piece in from the bottom. So, see you tomorrow. No, see you tomorrow. They're done for the day. That can't be it. Merry Christmas. They're working on Christmas. That can't be right. What are you doing Friday night? As strange as it sounds, it's like an awkward text to send. But when you're talking about the first text, I feel like that's the answer. Are you busy Friday night? But let's think about that for another second. All right, the next piece we have to do, if you look here, It's this 55 that we were just dealing with, and with 56 now, we're going to combine it with 56, and we're going to kind of, first of all, put them together, and then second, we're going to add these other pieces, these 54s, which are like little circles. We're going to add them through those entry points. So there's like tabs and inserts. So that's what we're going to do, or inserts and slots. All right, so first we have to combine 55 and 56. We have to get the orientation correct. Orientation is this curved section towards us and on the bottom. If you do that, you've got it correct. And then coming in from the right will be these arrows side up. And you can see where the tabs are going to go. I mean, there's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 6. So this one is not actually an insert. Not actually where a tab goes, not a slot. It looks a little different. The shape's a little different. I don't know why I thought it went there at first. So this piece is going to curve a little bit. That's the big thing about this 55 piece, is that it curves. So let's get it started everywhere, and then we'll push it in. Can't push anything in until everything's started, or you run the risk of breaking some pieces. So now we've got it all in, started. Now we push it in, hopefully without breaking any pieces. I posted a new type of content on my channel today. It's Shadow Ops. Oh, hi, Key. I say hi. Thumbs up back to Key Hopkin. So it's a 4-hour video of the entire playthrough of a 2004 original Xbox game called Shadow Ops Red Mercury. All right, so this 55 piece, it goes in these 2 dots up here from the opposite side of where the, what was the name of this? 56, this piece? Yeah. So 55 and 56 go in from opposite ends. And it's a symmetric piece, so you can put it in any way. So it's a complete playthrough of Shadow Ops Red Mercury co-op, which is it's a 2004 game. It's not an important game. There's like probably like a dozen videos on YouTube in the whole like 19 years since this game came out. So it's not an important game at all. But it was fun because I had played the co-op campaign like 19 years ago. My wife and I had played it. I think we played it with friendly fire turned off, but we did play it on Green Beret, the toughest difficulty. So now this summer, my son's about to go to college, and we played that game. So my son and I played it. All right, so the 54s go in these 2 tabs that are left here. So we played it over the course of the summer, like 1 level per weekend. There's 10 levels. I think 1 week we didn't complete the level, and we had to play it again the next week. But then another week, there was like, I don't know, a 3-day weekend or 4-day weekend, and we got 2 videos done or something like that. Basically, it probably took about 10 weeks. You know, maybe we started it when he graduated in May. I don't remember when we started it, but we finished it, you know, last weekend. So then I made the compilation video, and I uploaded it today. It's like, it's there. It's I don't know if anyone's ever going to watch this video, but it's there. It's on YouTube. And now I've, you know, I know how to make gaming videos. Like, it's not that impressive, really. It's just the game screen and the microphone. You also could add a face cam. I have, like, a face cam. Oh, that's not the face cam. No, hold on. I have a face cam. I don't always use it, but I've got it. So if I want to do video games with face cam, I can. What that other cam was, that's the studio cam. So I'm kind of like, we see from the back Usually that's on the instructions. Anyway, I don't know what these little circles are that we added. They're 54. They are F54 is the name of the piece. We did them ink side out. I don't know if they're just decorations. Anyway, this arrow indicates that the ball is going to move across here, which is confusing to me because if you look at this table, okay, you can't tell yet unless you know pinball. If you know pinball, you know that the ball usually launches from the right. And if you look at this piece that we have, this ball launcher, oh, okay, suddenly everything makes sense. The ball launcher is on the left. What I was going to say is I didn't understand why this ramp was on the right side of the divider if it's going to be the ball travels up it. It does look like there's space here for this piece to go here. So now I'm wondering, I'm actually getting a little bit scared right now and wondering if this piece, if something is like very wrong. Because if we put this here, oh no, it can go here. But it can go here, and this could be the wall to the play, and there could be another wall to the outside. But here's the problem. Okay, you know what? Just flip this thing over, and now the launcher's on the right. I don't know what I was panicking. Okay, so flip this over, and now the ball launcher is on the right. And I think it's going to launch the ball right up here. Like you can see where this piece is going to go. So as I said, we're really making some progress. I think it's going to start going quicker. I mean, you already can see all this like highways up here where the ball is going to travel. I mean, you can see there's one or two more still to go, but a lot of it's there already. You know, we'll see. We'll see. I think it's going to be an interesting puzzle. All right, back to the instructions. I think that's it for the top half of page 40. The bottom half of page 40 only has one piece, and that piece is K9. All right, yeah, K9. We have to go find this piece known as K9, which sounds like canine, which is a dog. But that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for the K sheet. Did I knock this thing? Why is this twisted? All right, so we need the K sheet and the piece number 9. That's the J. All right, here's K. I think. That's G. So that's J. K is going to be the last one. This is K9 right here. There's the piece. And I just dropped a piece. But I don't think this piece is I think this is just part of the, you know. Basically, it's garbage. It looks like a rifle. It just coincidentally looks that way. But it's just a piece of garbage. I'm throwing it out. Basically, the negative space in the board. So here's the K9 piece. We got the K9 piece. And that's the only piece on the bottom half of page 40. So let's take a look here at page 40. In this step, bend slightly for easier assembly. They want, what do they want? Something has to bend? I'm not really sure what they're talking about there. All right. Before assembling, please adjust the light string. If it is out of position, loosen open G9, slowly pull the lower light string forward as shown and straighten it out to prevent buckle from squeezing for easier insertion. Yeah, they're right. There is definitely some buckling on this light. So here's the light string, and I guess it's like needs to be pulled forward a little bit, but where do we do that from? Oh, from here. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this light string to move a little forward. But didn't we tape this light string down at some point? Like if we try to move it forward, it's not going to be taped anymore. You know what? I'm not going to worry too much about that light string. Let's just get these pieces in. So, yeah, this piece we built goes on the inside, and then K9 goes on the outside. Let's just see. Maybe it just fits right in there. Well, it might. Definitely that you want that light string out of the way. There's a lot of pieces to connect here. Which one to get in first? This back one? Ooh, I just smashed this thing. I like put that piece in and it didn't line up well with the ramp. Basically jolted the ramp. It's lined up now, but it jolted it going in. Yeah, you don't want to pinch that light string. You also don't want that light string interfering with the game. Does that light need to go inside or outside of this board? That's a great question, right? I'm guessing inside. Let's hope that that's right. All right. Wow. Nothing's really working here. It's like goes in and then it pops back out. I work on the other side. I work on the front and the back pops out. We gotta get this in somehow. Maybe turn it upside down so we can see the pins coming through the other side. This back pin just doesn't want to go in. And that's the one I want to start with so it stays out of the way of the light string. Alright. I got it started. Let's see if we can get the back as well. No, when I get the back, the front pops out. So I think I need to get everything at once. Toughest way to do it. Alright, let's see. Come on. Alright. We're going to lift it up a little bit. I'm going to push this string in. They say to get the slack out of this light string, but I don't know how to do that. I'll try to get some of it out. No, I don't think it's happening. Maybe if I push it back in at the bottom. I don't know. I feel like I'm stretching it out even further, trying to get this piece in. All right. Gonna take me a second to get this in. I need to concentrate for a second. Yeah, that second pin is catching. Need to get the second pin before we do anything else. Not happening. Can the scoreboard move a little? How about the second pin? I'm going to sand and wax. So the second pin. Which one's the second one? This one? That's the one. I'm going to sand and wax it. And the hopes that it goes in a little bit easier. I don't know if it will, but that's my hope. You don't want to sand and wax all the pins because then they're going to come back out and they're not going to do their job. But this one seems like really problematic because it's going up against a circuit board and I can't force it next to a circuit board or I'll break the circuit board potentially. There's also a light string there, which I have to make sure that I'm not crushing that. My chair's making a lot of noise. I guess I keep adjusting my angle so I can see what I'm doing, and my chair is just very loud. Needs to be waxed or something. Alright. There's like plastic underneath here that goes right on top of that other. Oh my goodness. When you push in one end, the other end pops out. Why? Why is it doing that? At this point, I can't even tell if it's like lined up or not. There's a second set of pins here. Was that always there? Yeah, I think it was. Or are those the pins where it's supposed to be going? Because if that's where it's supposed to be going, I'm way off. No, that's not where it's supposed to be going. I don't know if I had it or not, but I just pulled it apart. I see that I was damaging this light board here. Who knows if it'll even light up now. All right. One more try. Let's see if we get it this time. Okay. We got that pin in a couple of times, but when we try to put in the back pins, it ends up pulling it out. We put in the back pins and it pulls out the front pins. So I have to get them all in at once, I guess. Is that plausible? Feasible? Is that feasible? Not if that light string keeps going into the pin. Tell me how this works for you, because I'm thinking this is the toughest thing we've had to do. Because this light string keeps going in that where it's not supposed to go. Yeah. That light string is going to be destroyed. Maybe I got to tape it or something. If I try to hold it by the light string, then my finger blocks the piece of wood. Oh my goodness, I broke it. Damn it. I just broke the piece of wood where the ball is going to be launched. which means every time it's going to be broken. It's going to take basically speed off the launch of the ball. It's not going to launch with a lot. You can't do a power launch. It's going to hit this broken wood every time. I mean, I'll try taping the wood or something, but yeah, that's a bad problem. Every single time we launch the ball, it's going to crash into this broken piece of wood. So I don't know what I did, but I broke this piece of wood, and it's a very crucial piece. It's an inch from where you launch the ball. So every time we go to launch the ball, it's going to hit that broken piece of wood. It's going to slow it down, and eventually it's not going to work at all. It's going to break. I feel like this second pin is never going in. Let's just get all the others in. The second pin is not happening. If we try to force it, we'll end up breaking something else. We already broke. I mean, this is like such an important piece that we broke. That I broke. I don't even know what to do. I'll put a piece of tape over it. I mean, we got to do something, right? They gave us tape, by the way. I'll try this tape that they gave us. I'll put it on both sides of this piece. Top and bottom. That's actually not too bad. That seems like that worked. I'll put another piece on the bottom. If I can find the edge of this tape. Do you hear about that YouTuber or Twitch streamer was like giving out PS5s, and there was like a riot in Times Square or something like that, or maybe it was a different park in Manhattan, but basically caused a riot because he was giving away stuff like PS5 has been out for a while, right? I mean, it's not new. Is that still like considered the hot system? There's been nothing like since then to displace it. Have we gotten to the end of the console, like the whole console era, not just the consoles? Like, I know that PCs were big in the 90s, and it seems like we're back there again. It's like PC gaming is back. Maybe consoles, maybe the console era. You know, I'm sure there'll still be like handhelds or something, but maybe the console that you hook to a TV is like its cycle has come to an end. I don't know. By the way, this K9 was supposed to go under this piece. So it's going to be tough to get in because you got to squeeze it under the other piece. That's going to make it tougher. Probably going to break this thing that we just taped, or we're probably going to pop this piece that we just struggled to get on. It's now going to pop out because we got to force this piece underneath it. So we're going to have to redo that whole struggle. Oh my goodness. I thought this wasn't going to be easy. There was only one piece on this board. I thought it was going to be like so easy. Well, it wasn't easy at all. What do you think? Should we pop the front half out? Are we confident that we can get it back in? And without popping so we want to pop this far end without popping this early end, which I don't know if we can. Yep, we didn't. Everything's out. All that work we did to get that in needs to be redone. Wow, I can't believe that. I guess I didn't look ahead. So, that struggle we just did to get this in, we need to do it again. And hopefully without permanently damaging this light string piece, which we may have already done. I think let's temporarily tape the light string out of the way. I mean, we can take the piece of tape off in a minute. I think we got to do that. Otherwise, we're going to be here all night. That's good. Nope, didn't stay. Let's try again. All because we didn't put the canine piece in first. Let's put another piece of tape at the other end of the light string. It's actually an LED strip. I don't know why they call it a light string in the instructions. Or did I make up that name? Excuse me. At this point, I don't remember. And I need to speak louder. Sorry. I don't know why I'm like whispering. All right. All right. We're going to use this piece of tape to keep this light string out of the tabs. That works. Like the instructions should have said to do that. Let's see if it's easier to get in now. Now that we taped the light string out of the way. Can't see what I'm doing. All right. Is it in? It looks good. It looks like it's lined up with the rest of the ramp. That's looking good. Wow. So that's the secret. Use this tape on the light string. You're going to save 20 minutes. I wish I could go back and do that, but I can't. Scan for assembly videos. Press to the right position. So, scan for assembly videos. Anyway, this is your assembly video. All right. Now we're on page 41. And it has, by the way, I added the piece for the bottom half of the other page. Page 41, top half of page 41 has two pieces, G14 and J14. So that brings us to 706 pieces. And we need G14 and J14. Let's find those pieces. G and J. One of each. Here's G. G14 is nothing. It's just this little piece here, like a little, almost like a cross. I don't want to say that, but kind of looks like that. And then we need J14 as well. G and J14. How about that? Got a little splinter there. Get rid of that. All right, J. Where is J? J14 is this curvy piece right here. This J board has issues. You can't get the pieces out without flaking this board. It's like it didn't cut all the way through. Hopefully it did on yours, but my copy didn't cut all the way through. And it's like you can't get the pieces out without breaking through the board. Which is why last time we took a piece from here, we literally broke the board. All right, there's our two pieces. Luckily it was the board, not the piece. All right, so where do we put them? They go kind of around this flipper. This, I think I'm going to put this in first. So this goes in like sort of vertically. It looks like how they do it. Like that. So, like perpendicular, I guess you could say. And then this is going to go like around the flipper. Let's see if we can do that. I'm not sure how to hold this while I do it. Like, where do I hold it? I can't see. All right, there's the pinhole. There's the pinhole. There's the tab. So, pin, slot. Let's do this. Is it on? I'm not sure. I think it can go in deeper. I know what you're thinking. Deeper, Johnny, deeper. I don't know what it means, though. There's a lot of jokes that I remember hearing that when I was a kid that I don't understand what they mean. And the deeper was one of them. It looks like this needs to go in, as I said, deeper, but it's not going. All right, I pushed it, and now it went. And now the tab is coming through, which makes me think it can, another piece can stick on there, and maybe it will at some point. I'm just going to push it in as far as it'll go. It's tough to work with this pinball. It's such a huge thing. It's tough to get it on camera. It's tough to hold it and support it. I was being real careful not to touch these ramps and break them while I had it flipped over. All right, so there's a QC. So we move on to the bottom half. F57, J6x2, Q1 and Q2. Those are plastic pieces, Q1 and Q2. All right, so 5 pieces on segment 13, which is the second half of 41. So that's going to bring us to 711. 711, sound good to everybody? All right, F57, J6x2. J6 are little pins. F57 is not much bigger. And then the final 2 Q pieces, which have been sitting here forever. All right, F57, J6. All right, J6, yeah, right here. They don't look like very significant pieces, those J6s. All right, F57. F57 is right here. F57. And then the 2 Q pieces. There's only 2 Q pieces left. So we're going to nip those, and then this becomes garbage. This plastic. I think so. I know in the past I've... Alright, it's this piece and this piece. I know in the past I think it was exactly this board. I like told you on like day 2 that we were done with it, but turns out there were still 2 pieces left. I'm not sure where to clip this. You see, this one has a cylinder. This one has a cylinder and then a ball. Let's look at the instructions and see. Yeah, those balls get clipped off. Yeah, I don't know why. I don't know why this... All the other ones only had cylinders. This one has cylinder and then a ball, but it gets clipped off. I don't know why it's there in the first place. Not going to be there for long. Plastic puzzles are usually Lego puzzles. They don't usually do this like tab and insert system that the wooden puzzles do. This puzzle's unique. Not unique, but rare in that it's mixing the wood. Alright, we're done with the cue sheet. I'm pretty sure that this time we really are. It's pretty rare that they're mixing wood and plastic. Alright, so where do these pieces go? Looks like the 3 wooden pieces go in first. And they're not really being clear about where they go. They're sticking them into another piece, as you can see there, but they're not explaining what that other piece is. I think it's maybe one of these pieces. These sidewalls from very early on in the project, like the first things we built. This one says K1 on it, but there's another one, and we don't want to do the wrong one. Is it possible that it doesn't matter which one you use? K1 and K3. I think they're attaching to one of these, but which one? Maybe you can tell by the angle. Maybe it only can be one. Yeah, that's it. It's the inner side of the one that says K1 on it. Like, it can only be done on the inner side, and then once you know that, you look at the orientation on the picture, and now you know that's it. So it's the inner side of, I would say, the right wall. So we're going to stick, it's like the pieces are those 4 pieces right there. The pins go at the bottom, the small ones go at the bottom, and the big one goes at the top. The small ones go in, fat end to the top. I don't know why we're doing this. It's maybe something that's going to help attach it to the pool table, the pinball table. Like it's going to slide in between these pieces, or maybe it's going to slide on top, and they're just like supports. Yeah, that's what they look like, right? They look like supports. Like we put those in, and then this one goes on top, and now it's like stronger because not only is it inserted, but it has supports underneath. All right, let's see how that goes. Okay, there it is. Now, is it the same board that's getting these plastic pieces? Yes, the same board is getting the plastic pieces. And then we're also going to attach to this the front end. Let me just show you. The pinball launcher is going to get attached in a minute. All right, we need to keep going. All right, so let's not get ahead of ourselves. Let's do Q1 and Q2 onto, I got it upside down, onto here. I'm sorry, I need to, because this is such a huge puzzle, I have to use this kind of distant camera angle. Otherwise, you just can't see it because I need to work at this end, but my table's only so big, which puts me way back here. So if I use like this camera or this camera, I mean, all these you're like, oh, this is the only one where it's even on camera. Sorry. Anyway, let's get these pieces in. Q1 and Q2. I can't really tell which one goes higher and which one goes lower, but I can tell which pins they go in, and like these pins is where Q1 goes. Q1 seems to be a symmetric piece. So a little, I mean, I can't tell for sure, but I think it is. And if I'm wrong, I don't know. I don't know which way is correct. I'm just putting it in the first way it kind of shows up here, because I believe it's a symmetric piece. All right, Q1 is in. And Q2, I know the ball goes to the back. You see there's like a little ball on the top of this piece. The ball goes towards the back. The tabs are different on the front and back. There's 3 of them. There's 4 of them on the side that's going to be away from this side wall, and 3 of them that are going to get inserted. And they go above Q1, and then I guess 2 and 3. I'm not really sure where the second 2 are, but when we put the first one in, the other 2 should line up. Yeah, that's exactly those 2 that we pointed to. So we just put that in. All right, so that seems like, is that a ball return or something? I'm not sure what that really is. Maybe it goes above this piece and laminates it, in which case that broken piece won't make a difference. Let's see. We don't know yet. We do know is that we're going to connect the ball launcher. That's something, right? So there's 3 tabs back here, and 3 inserts on the ball launcher piece. So we're going to slide that in there, and you can see it. It goes in between that shelf. It doesn't really make sense. Well, I guess it's going to line up with something else. I guess this glass goes above the ball launcher. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly the way it works on a real pinball table, so that makes sense. All right, I feel like we're ready to add the ball launcher to this puzzle. Actually, I think maybe some fasteners go out here. Let's turn the next page and see. All right, page 42. Page 42 has no pieces, which is going to be attaching a bunch of pieces that we've already built. There's no new pieces on page 42. How you don't see that every day, huh? All right, so let's see what they want first. It is easy to break down here. Please keep off during assembly. I don't know what they're talking about. Something could break. So we need to be careful of that. All right. I think they're going to attach this entire right side and front to the pinball table. Let's read some more of these notes that they gave us. This part is a little big. While assembling, pull out the drawer. So the ball drawer, we're going to pull that out while assembling. Assemble the rod to the position shown. All right, so the flipper is going to pass through. Not the flipper itself, but like this button that moves the flipper. That's going to pass through the outside piece. And the drawer, they want the drawer in the back, which we already have it in the back. So it's time to do this. I'm not really sure where the connectors are. I see 3 big connectors. There's even more than 3 big connectors. It's, I guess 4 big connectors. I don't know what they're connecting to. I see 3 big connectors. 1, 2, 3 here. But I see 4 on the side wall. Maybe the 4th one is going to go to the back thing. I think this piece we were talking about, we have to see where that goes through. Because once we get that through, that'll guide everything else. So let's see where that goes through. That goes through this square right near the red. So I think as long as we get that on, everything else should be like easy peasy, I believe. Or at least everything else should line up. I don't know about easy peasy. Well, nothing. Nothing happened. Oh, the pinball. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. All right, we got a slide. The pinball table. It works on gravity, so it has to kind of pitch upward a little bit. Wow, we're gonna break everything. In an effort to assemble this, everything that we already did is now going to become broken. There's so much to connect. And there's so much that might not go well. Let's try to get these bottom pieces. Wow. There's no bottom pieces. They don't line up. I don't know where they're supposed to go through. Honestly, I'm starting to wonder if it's upside down. The character is not upside down. So it's probably not upside down, but... okay, there's the 3. Okay. There's the 3 connectors. Okay. Trying again. At first you don't succeed, try again. And we are now on the second try. I think we got it this time. Wow. We did it. We need to put the other side wall on. Otherwise this thing's gonna fall apart. Alright. We have one side on. Let's see what's next. Maybe we're going to put the other side on. Yep, that's exactly what we're going to do. It is easy to break. Wow, they're really got you scared doing this. But it's going to look like a pinball table in a second, so let's do it. Oh my goodness, I just tilted the whole thing. So, we got the square for the flipper again. We got these 3 pieces again, and looks like there's 4 here. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. So there's 4 connectors on this side. There was only 3, I think, on the other side. So let's get that flipper in first. And then we'll get this back section in. And then we'll get those 3 pieces. 3 pins, really. I can't see. I can't feel it. I can't see it. All right. Let's try again. Right, I had that drawer in. Probably was too soon for that. Alright, I got the back in. Now we just need these 3. I don't know how to do this. I can't see. It's so far away. I can't get my hands close to it. I don't know what's going on underneath. We got more of these light strings in the wrong places. Okay. Come on. Don't drop. Get in there. Right, let's spin this around. Maybe we can get a better look from this side. Wow. Okay. Is it lined up? I still can't tell. I'm going to take it. Well, I'm just going to stick my head in there and take a look. I can't tell. I need some light or something. Well, I don't see the slot. So that tells me that it is lined up. Oh, by the way, the question from an hour ago, we never got the answer. I think our guess was, are you busy Friday night? Let's see the real answer. Nope, it was Merry Christmas. Popward's greeting went to a Vodafone executive, Richard Jarvis, who read it on his Orbital 901 cell phone that weighed 4 pounds. So was it on Christmas Day? We don't know. Anyway, have to look into that further. Okay, so when I got up close and used the flashlight, I didn't see the slot, which tells me that it was lined up. So I'm just going to push. That worked. It was lined up. I didn't want to push until I knew it was lined up, because if I was wrong, then pieces would start flying off and going everywhere. Now it looks like the other side is having issues, but I assume that we're going to start putting in, like, fasteners at each end, and things are going to start getting sturdier as we do that. Yeah, we need something here. We need something at both ends. Really at all 4. We need like here, 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 and here. We need... Basically, we can't stop. We need to get this stuff like tightened up, or it's going to come apart between now and the next time we work on this. All right, so we're going on to page 43. That's pretty cool, though. I mean, it's now like a pinball table. We didn't put this end on here yet. We're probably going to do that next. What do you think? Let's see what happens on page 43. All right, page 43. Again, 0 pieces. We're just clicking together stuff that we already have. I'm not sure what's going on here. Oh, there are some pieces, but they've stopped. Oh, okay. There's 4 pieces. 4 P43s. They're screws, and they're going to go exactly where we need them to go. They're just going to fasten this thing up. So that's bag 17. We need 4 of these screws. Excuse me. All right. I dumped out more than 4 of them. I'll just throw the others back in there. And 4 of them will get put on right now. I lost the screwdriver. I think I was using it to move the light before. There it is. It's under the table. All right. So this is going to get a little bit like stronger because we're going to put 4 screws. I don't know why they don't want 6 screws, but they're only asking for 4 at the moment. And that's going to keep this front end pinned on, getting these 4 screws in. And then we're going to put the headboard on. The back end, whatever you want to call it. That's the second half of page 43. Did I increase? When did we go to 7-Eleven? Was it back here? Yeah, it was back there. So yeah, I need to add 4 pieces. So we're now at 715 pieces. All right. All right. Screw 2. I think we can push this draw in after we do the 4 screws. I dropped one. I'll find it when the stream ends. Won't waste your time with that. I'll just grab another screw for now. Try not to drop this one. I think the board wasn't in tight enough. Kind of put a weird angle on the screw. All right. That one's in. Let's make this tight. Get the third of the 4. P17. No, P43. Bag 17. All right. I knew we should have kept those screws on the table. I threw them in this bag, so I got to find them. Or find the one on the floor, which I don't see. I'll find it later. Let's grab one out of the bag. Box. All right, got one. P43 from bag 17. I took one of the ones I threw at the bottom of the box. All right, push these boards together, screw it in, and then we go work on the other end, and then it's really gonna look like a pinball table. It's not done yet, but when we put the other end on, it's at least gonna have that shape, the pinball table shape. Oh my goodness, I keep dropping the screw. Alright, got that. You gotta put that headboard on, right? Let's see how it looks in the book. Place wire in below. Yeah, that's important. Hopefully we've been managing the wires correctly. It looks like there's like 5 connectors, and then we got to get the wire through the correct area. I'm not sure where the correct area is. And then after we get it through, then we need to fasten it, because I'll show you when I spin this around. Oh my goodness. Almost through this thing. Okay, so this has its own wires. So we got to figure out where those go. And then I believe there's also wires coming out of the back of this thing. And then there's more pinholes. So these pieces have 2 pinholes each. So after we put that through, after we put them through the headboard, then we probably have to fasten those too. Are our flippers still working here? Yeah, that looks good. All right, this is the wire I think that they're talking about. There's 100 wires under here, but I think this is the one they're talking about because it's in this location. It's really long. The problem is that there's 2 more wires here, which they don't even address. I think that this one goes through here. I'm not sure exactly which spot. You know, I should probably try to zoom in and see. I can't see, but somewhere through here. So now they're both at the bottom. They'll be accessible later. All right. So now it's time to put the headboard on. So it shows these 4 tabs going in for sure. And it shows one more set. I think that's this notch here. Can you see that notch there? I think that lines up with some notches here. Let's find out. I also don't see where I mean, they made a big deal about putting this wire through, and I don't see where the wire goes. There's a little like zoom. Okay, the zoom is for the pins. The wire is really not clear. The text says, place the wire in the below. I mean, you can tell as well as I that that is a meaningless sentence. Place the wire in the below. I mean, what the hell does that even mean? Okay. We're going to try to do it. Okay. This one that we already have has the wires in the bottom. So that's probably what it means. So there's 2 choices here how to do that. Let's put it the same as the other one. Basically, we just put in the wire here. We can get to it later if we have to change anything. And now we have to see what lines up, because I'm not really sure. Okay. Is there a slot? It indicated that there was like a slot. So probably there'll be pinholes. Yes, right here. Okay. So there's pinholes here and there's pinholes here. I wonder if we look at the bottom, if there's more pinholes. Yes, there are. Okay. So that's exactly where it goes. It goes in the slots because the pinholes are going to line up. And then it's going to be probably the next instruction, we're going to put a screw through there. And then it's going to be fastened quite tightly with like 8 screws. I can't see what I'm doing. I actually can see on the camera better than I can see with my eyes. So let me try to use the camera as a guide. Let me check the other side, how that's doing. That's looking good. It's not exactly in yet, but I can see how it should go. All right. Now, where's that notch? There's the notch. Yeah, I see how that's going to go. All right. Sorry. I forgot that the instructions were blocking. I basically just made this connection, but you didn't see most of it. It looks pretty good, though. All right, let's try the other side. All right, let's get this out of the way. Where's this piece go? Did we, like, forget something? This looks rather important, like it was supposed to go back there. I mean, it's got the on-off switch. It probably goes, like, in front of that ball launcher. Like, maybe on the left side of it or something. Like here. Like here. Maybe it goes underneath it, above it. I don't know. Something seems like it should be there already, but they didn't tell us to, so we didn't do it. All right, these notches. They're a problem. Oh, no, they're not. They're not a problem at all. I just pushed it in and snapped together. All right, let's check out the other side. I can see that it's not in from here. Look, you can see. If you look an inch underneath my finger, you can see the notch, and it's not in. But we maybe can get it in. Well, I feel like, should we screw in the side that went in, or should we get both sides in? Because, you know, we might try to get the other side in, and the first side pops out. And we're going to wish that we'd screwed it in. Just not happening on this side. The notch is lined up. Why is it not going in? There's 3 notches. 2 of them are in. 1 of them is not. The one that's not looks like it's lined up. I'm not sure what's stopping it from sliding in. It looks like it's a little bit like outside. There we go. Now it's in. We're good. Let's check the next page, and hopefully it says to screw it in. All right, page 44. All right, we need 8 P45 screws and 2 L3s. What are the L3s? What are the L's? All right, L is a piece of wood. And we can deal with the L's in a minute. Let's do the screws first, because 8 screws, those have to be, yes, they're exactly the 8 screws that we're looking for. Oh, you don't see what I'm looking at. So there's the 8 screws, and there's the 2 pieces of wood. So those 2 pieces of wood mean like nothing. Oh, there they are. The 2 L3s go at the bottom. They're not totally meaningless. In fact, they might help keep the thing together. But I'm going to do the screws first. And then we'll go, because in order to put those L3s in, we have to like flip the whole thing over we have to like lay it on, with this end down. And that's going to be tricky. So let's do the screws first. Once those screws are in, then it's going to be easy. So it's going to be 10 pieces. So we're going to increment to 725 from 715. And we need to find the 8 pieces, the 8 screws, which are in bag 19. There's bag 19. Let's just keep it out here and get all these screws done. It could be, some screws are Allen wrench screw and some of them are screwdrivers. These ones are screwdriver screws. All right, so I'm going to be able to start one in each of the 4 segments, and then start the second one in each of the 4 segments, and then tighten everything. So I'm going to be doing screwing for a minute. So let's do another question. A tweet sold in 2006 for 2.9 million, true or false? It is true. And I remember thinking how stupid it was. But I think it was the start of NFTs, which I've come around to think is the only cryptocurrency that that does make any sense is the NFTs. Because all crypto coins are basically just widgets. They're just like nothings. They're nothings that people are agreeing are worth something. But at least with the NFTs, which is those like art versions, at least they're unique and understandable. So I think I would rather, I mean, I don't want it to be that some person is like a gold mine. They become like famous and therefore all their NFTs are worth the most. Then I think I'd just be against NFTs if that happens. But if it's like an equal thing and it's just the uniqueness of it and not like this person's the Picasso of NFTs, then I think I like NFTs, but I'm not sure. So I guess that tweet was like one of the first NFTs. That's what I'm guessing. Like, how else could they sell a tweet? Like, it's got to have some like form to it. But I do remember that story. Was it like the first tweet ever sent? Like, so it probably was one of Jack Dorsey's tweets. So did Jack Dorsey get like $2.9 million for selling a tweet? Now, this is not a feel-good story. If that's the case, that sounds like really stupid. Oh, man, these wires are like getting crushed under here. I don't know why they haven't had us connecting the wires all along. They should have. All right, so Jack Dorsey, CEO of Twitter, sold his first tweet posted March 6th, 2006, which says, just setting up my Twitter, sold at auction as an NFT non-fungible token. Dorsey donated the proceeds to charity. So we got most of that right. The only thing that I find disturbing here is March 6th, 2006. So that's 362006. 3 times 2 is 6. So I don't want to make like something out of nothing, but how did he pick this day to be the first tweet? Because it looks like it's kind of a hidden way to say 666, which the people who like to say that, they also love to hide it. So I hope that that's a coincidence. I don't really know. I can say that it's kind of funny. Like, Jack Dorsey has a good reputation. He said good things when Elon Musk took over Twitter. But here's the thing. It sometimes doesn't matter how good in intentions someone is if the product they invent is used the wrong way. And I've heard that Twitter, particularly the instant messaging and the hashtagging, I've heard that they've been used for a lot of crimes over the years. In fact, heinous crimes, like child trafficking type of crimes. So that's not to say that it's intentional, and it's not to say that he did the first tweet on March 6th intentionally. It's like, I don't know. I hope it's none of that's true. I can say that Twitter definitely did some weird stuff in the past. Like, I don't know if it was resolved under Dorsey or Twitter, but I think there was a point where there was a court case where someone was trying to get their own pictures removed, like they were a minor, and someone posted like inappropriate pictures to them on Twitter, and like that wasn't enough. Like, the minor complaining like wasn't enough for Twitter to take it down. Like, they had to go to court and get the image taken down. So like, somehow Fauci was able to get Twitter to take down, anytime anyone disagreed with him about, COVID protocols or masks or vaccines or anything, but an underage minor who has like inappropriate pictures of himself posted to Twitter, somehow Twitter doesn't take that down until they get a court order. But maybe they also had a court order for Fauci. I think a lot of that's coming out lately. What do they call it? The Twitter files. I think it was Matt Taibbi. And after Matt was the first one, there have been others since who've Elon gave him access to. Since Elon took over Twitter, he reviewed a lot of past decisions on Twitter, and he gave access to journalists, the first one being Matt Taibbi, to like sort of explain to the world what happened with Twitter and why they were censoring anyone who disagreed with Fauci. And turns out, I mean, don't quote me on this. I don't have like the full information prepared and ready to present, but basically someone in the government was like calling Twitter and telling them what to do, and Twitter was doing it, and it was becoming almost like the government would like send requests, and some team of people at Twitter were in charge of like removing the stuff. And I think some of them were even really stupid. Like, I'm going to make up this example. Maybe it's true. Maybe I just think it's true, or maybe I'm remembering it wrong, but it was like, you know, this guy Schiff in Congress didn't like that people were like making fun of him. So he emails Twitter and tells them to like remove the tweet and ban the tweeter, and Twitter does it. You know, I mean, it's like one thing to say that you're doing something for public health, which even then I think there should be open debate. But like, you know, like someone's insulted, a congressman's insulted, and you take it down. I mean, I think it sort of comes with the territory. If you don't want to be insulted, I mean, don't become a congressman, because that's going to happen. There's like no way to avoid that. All right. So that was the Twitter. So do you hear that Trump, I don't know if this is like, if everybody knows this, or if it's like not everybody does, but Trump created something. I don't know if it's a rival to Twitter or what it exactly is. I've never been on the site, but it's called Truth Social. And at first I thought, did he want to call it Trump Social? Because that would kind of make sense. They have like Trump bottled water and Trump casino and Trump this and Trump that. So if you wanted to call this social media site Trump Social, that would be fine, I think. But maybe he wanted to make it more general, but still keep the TRU. So maybe that's why he called it Truth Social. But I think it's a terrible name, because especially Trump, he's known for like calling CNN and other people fake news. So for him to call his site Truth Social, it kind of reminded me of the old like USSR, where they called their newspaper Pravda. Their propaganda newspaper was called Pravda. Pravda meaning like true. So I think it's Truth Social. I think it's a terrible name. I kind of wish that he'd change it. Like, I can't go on that site. Like, based on the name alone, there's like certain sites. Like, I've never been on Facebook. I might have clicked the link that went to Facebook, but I've never been like a member of Facebook. I've never been on Truth Social. And I think there's a lot of things like that that are like a turn off, and I'm not going to do them. Like, I'm on YouTube, Twitter, LinkedIn, but I've never used LinkedIn. It's just like, I don't really understand what I'm supposed to do with LinkedIn. I mean, to me, it's like, okay, I created my LinkedIn. I remember when it used to, when LinkedIn started, they were like really aggressive, and they would, if anyone would join, they would like somehow go through your Gmail and like email everyone you knew and tell them that you were asking them to join LinkedIn. And meanwhile, you weren't. You just maybe had a checkbox. So it's like, as a result of this, everyone was getting like 20 invites per day to LinkedIn. And I guess as a result, everyone created LinkedIns. And then like 10 years later, everyone was like, why do we all have LinkedIn accounts? And then maybe some people started using them. I don't know. To me, I'm still in the stage of like, I don't really know why I have a LinkedIn account, but I do. It's got like 500 plus links, but I have no idea how I should use these links in what way. Anyway, I think that's pretty good for screwing those on. So now we need 2 more pieces. These are the L3s, and they're going to go on the underside. So where's the L board? Have we used the L board? There's L3. I was going to pop the piece right out. If it comes out. Oh goodness, it's not coming out. Alright, there's one L3. And there's another L3 here. Alright. Got the 2 L3s. What do we need to do with them? Alright, so we need to flip this thing. Oh, we're going to attach the ball launcher before we even deal with the L3s. So, remember we were talking about this ball launching piece? Oh, no, we already attached the ball launcher. The power. Yes. There's the power. Like, power off, power on. We're going to attach this piece right now to this thing. We're like making a lot of progress tonight. All right, so we need to flip this over. This huge thing needs to flip over. We're going to attach these 2 rinky-dink L3s, and we're going to attach this, which is another cable. Maybe while we have it flipped over, we're going to start attaching all the cables to the chips. Let's see. All right. Well, it's pretty strong now after those screws were put in. All right, so a lot of cabling going on here. So this piece with the power button, this is going to go somewhere. Oh, wow. It's like, is my camera not tall enough? All right, let me hold on a second. All right, does that help? It's not really, right? Basically, it's too tall. It's not on camera. You can't see what I'm doing. I'm trying to think how else I can get this on camera. Oh, okay, I know what to do. All right. So now you can see this piece here. I'm not sure if that's... okay, we should just go to that camera. That's what we're going to do. So now you can see this gigantic thing standing up. We have to attach this to it. And I need to study the instructions for a second to see how to attach it. All right, it looks like there's 4 notches. Speaker on the left, power button on the right. Red heading towards the front, the same place where the ball launcher is. And then slide in the 4 notches. Looks actually not too bad. I think we can do this. So there's like the 4 notches. There's the speakers. There's the power button. So here's the, well, there's the 4. There's the other end of the notches. Really, those are the notches. I guess they're going to match this shape. Is it a little different on each side, or is it the same? They look to me a little different. Anyway, let's just line them up and see what happens. It's not happening yet. What do you think? Is that going to go in? So far not. No, now it is. Ooh, we forgot to manage the cables. I think we're good. I think there's no problem with the cables. This one's not in. I don't know what's different about this one. I'm not sure what we have to do to make it go in. You know what? It's going to go on the bottom. It's going to have some gravity pressure. I would like to get it in, but like this one I can get flush. This one I can't. Not really sure why. It really feels like it's like has no chance of going any further. But yet these three can go to flush. And this one, I'm not sure what the problem is. Okay. Problem is this piece is not on. You know, I thought I had it for a second, and now I don't. Alright, I'm going to go back to not worrying too much about this. Let's get these L3s on. I'm sure at some point we'll add more pieces here, and then we'll try to figure it out. Why would the power button be on the bottom like that? Because that means you need to like reach underneath, which means this pinball table needs to have legs. Otherwise you can't reach this power, or you got to pick it up. I don't know. Let's see. Anyway, the L3s go at the bottom. I guess I got to switch camera again. Let's see here. How about this? All right, so you can see the instructions there. The L3 has a notch and a pin. It's the same on the other side. Notch and a pin. So, notch, pin, notch, pin. The only thing is, okay, like this I think it goes. I think that's the orientation that this is going to go in. Why is that blocking the camera? Well, it is. So I wanted to give you the overhead view of this, but the camera is blocked by the pinball table. All right, let's see if we can get this on. It's like half on. There we go. Now it's on. Same thing on the other side. I can see there's plenty still to do here. I mean, none of the cabling is completed. That's for sure. But there's other things need to be done. All right. Let's see what's next. You know what? Hour and 47. Let's leave some fun for tomorrow. I see that when we start page 45 tomorrow, it's going to be all about cables. So let's leave the cabling for tomorrow. As you can see, there's a ton of cables here. Let's do those tomorrow. Start fresh. Start a different type of work. And that's going to be tomorrow's job. But for today was a pretty exciting day, I think, because we attached the side walls, the headboard, the front. It basically looks more like a pinball table today than it has like any other day. Sorry, just getting that out of the way. So side, head, there's the launcher. This thing is still huge, tough to get it on camera. Wow. Okay, there's the launcher, ball launcher. There's no buttons here yet. Maybe they're just going to be sticks. I'm not sure. Maybe there's going to be like some little token button on top, or maybe it's just going to be sticks. And there it is. It looks like a pool table, a pinball table. There's a ramp missing here. I don't know if we overlooked that or if it didn't come up in the instructions yet. We'll find out. I'm John Rapp. This is Just Rest Your Eyes. Good night, and see you tomorrow when we cable up this pinball machine.